how do you fight a speeding ticket in Massachusetts? First of all, this is not legal advice. You got to consult an attorney about your specific situation before you can get legal advice. This is merely some observations based on my experience dealing with appealing speeding tickets. So in Massachusetts, first you go to a clerk magistrate. You have an initial hearing with a clerk magistrate, a police officer on the other side, and it can be the officer who pulled you over, or it could be just a representative officer from that department. And if you are denied the appeal, or rather if the ticket is upheld, then you can appeal to a judge. You have a judge hearing, and then the officer who actually gave you the ticket has to appear. And the hearings are similar, except at the judge hearing, you have a right to cross-examine the officer, maybe a little bit more of a robust hearing. Anyway, both of them are pretty similar in the way that I would handle it if I was the one going on my own without an attorney. So if you go without an attorney, I would be careful not to admit to speeding, but I also wouldn't deny it, especially if it was true, because you don't want to lie and you're going to be under oath. You can't lie in court. So I might say something like, look, I appreciate the opportunity to be here to appeal my ticket. I want you to know that it is not my practice to speed. I make it a practice to drive carefully and cautiously. Certainly this ticket and this appeal process that I'm going through right now will be a reminder for me to be extra careful and mindful going forward. I would hope that you take into consideration the fact that I don't have a record, and that having a ticket go onto my driving record may have a significant impact on my insurance, and I'm the primary breadwinner of my family. And so I hope that you can give me the benefit of the doubt and know that going forward, I don't expect I would ever be in a courtroom again. I don't think you'll ever see me again. And I appreciate the opportunity. You know, something like that, something short and sweet. You're not admitting, you're not denying, you're humanizing yourself a little bit. That's what I often do for clients. So that's my secret. And, you know, unless there's some real technical argument, either technical, factual, or legal argument that you have. I mean, there are certain cases where you have a real legal argument to make. But in a lot of cases, it kind of is what it is. They caught you speeding and you're just hoping for a second chance. I get people that call me all the time and they say, well, what if they ask you point blank? What if they say, were you speeding? I mean, if the honest answer is, you know, look, I may not have been looking at my speedometer at the moment. And again, I make it a practice to drive safely, but you know, this again will be a reminder to me to be careful going forward. Something like that. So you're not directly admitting, you're not denying, if, you know, especially if that would be a lie. So sometimes you got to dance around, but you got to be honest and you've got to be polite. That goes a long way.